Brayo.
You know, these days, people have jobs as early as 19.
Yeah.
We are privileged at Swahili Pot to have young people who are like below the age of 20 who are still working. Yeah. So if you're 19,
Mm.
you're earning
Mm.
20K,
Mm.
I'm assuming you still live with your parents.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that, yeah? That's just an assumption. Still living with your parents. Um, you your bills are very minimum. Probably airtime, taking your girlfriend for a date, just here and there.
Mm.
So then is where you're supposed to start thinking about your retirement plan from that moment. Because yeah, you start saving 3,000 a month for 20 years. That's some money. Because if you get to 30, you have 3 million, 4 million Kenya shillings. You can look for investments to start with. A retirement plan is just not just having money in your bank account. Try to look for investments that can sustain you in the future, because you see people that are 20 and very rich.
Yeah.
You wonder how.
How?
How? Yes, that's the biggest question people ask.
Yeah.
Utasema babake alikuwa onyo.
She's from a rich family.
She's
He's from a rich family.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, but even those who are from rich families, their parents invested and they are continuing the wealth. Because even if you're from a rich family, your dad is 60, you're 25, he leaves you 20 million. Trust you, me, if you don't have the brains, 3 minutes, we're done.
It's
Boom.
gone.
Yeah.
And we are just getting started. I know it's a shocker.
Yeah.
Salim, do you have a retirement plan?
Mimi. I mean, I have it.
Okay, good.
I'm almost Kuila.
Uchukulia watoto wako ama?
NSSF, sio?
Black tax.
Watoto.
That's your retirement plan, bro.
And then, watoto wako kwa mpango.
Okay.
They're part of the plan.
Wako hapa.
We're here with Fatma Ali, and she is a dedicated grants management specialist and finance manager based in Kenya with over 6 years of specialized experience in the NGO sector. She excels in steering multi-million-dollar projects, enhancing financial processes, and strengthening donor partnership. Now, her expertise spans a diverse range of thematic areas, including youth programming in technology, arts, and heritage, as well as critical public health initiatives and advocacy. Now, she has had the privilege of managing substantial funds from renowned donors such as USAID, Global Fund, Conrad Hilton, MasterCard, Kenya Red Cross, and the Global Development Incubator, among other things. So today, as a finance expert, what are statutory deductions, Fatma?
Okay, statutory deductions are the deductions that are made from your earnings and are paid to the state, like to the nation and the country. Yeah, so those are mandatory deductions that whoever earns in the country above a certain amount should be deducted. And those they say that money goes to development, country, infrastructure, and all that, healthcare, and all that. Yeah, that's a topic for another day.
So, deductions made to the state.
Yes.
And you said to a certain amount.
Yeah.
Who is eligible for these deductions?
So anyone earning above 24,000 is paid. That's income tax to carry. Yes. But other deductions are applied even if you're not within the threshold 24. That is SHIF, NSSF, housing levy. Yeah, these are applied, but carry, like the payee, only applies for 24,000.
Okay, so I want you to break down the different statutory deductions that there are, and as you're breaking it down, can we work with a figure? I think when we pick a figure, it makes it easier and simple for people to understand. Yes.
Okay. Can we do a gross of 50,000?
Yes.
Okay.
I just want you to move closer to your mic as well.
Okay.
Yes.
You good?
Yes.
Okay. So if you have a gross income of 50,000,
Mm.
the first thing you deduct is the NSSF. Yeah? Because the NSSF is deducted before starting all other deductions.
Mm.
So you deduct the NSSF to get the taxable pay now. So the NSSF is 2,160. I'm still going with a calculator.
Mm.
I hope
Uh-huh.
so. So that's
Okay, wait,
sorry.
Kwanza. So NSSF
Mhm.
is deducted before.
Yes, you deduct NSSF to get the taxable pay.
Why?
That's it.
Continue.
So
Mhm.
it's 2,160.
Yes, 2,160 if you're earning 50. So
Uh-huh.
that gives you a taxable pay of
47,
40. Yes.
840.
Yes. So that's the taxable pay. So now from the taxable pay is where you get the income tax. Is now the pay.
Oh,
Yes.
it's not the income tax that comes first.
Nope.
I always thought it was the income tax, like the payee.
So that's why Pamela.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I also saw that they are saying that shift should also come first.
They've not
Implemented.
yes. Actually, the shift thing has a lot of confusions
Okay.
Yeah.
all over the country. So we're just waiting. I think this month is where a lot of things are going to be clarified and see how it goes.
So itakuwa aligned.
Yes.
Okay, so we continue.
So we get the taxable pay of 47,840. Now we do the carry, the payee. Yeah.
Mhm.
So for the payee, we have tax bands. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the first tax band is on the first 24,000.
Mm.
So for the first 24,000, you're charged 10%
Of the total,
The 24,
of the 24.
which is 2,400.
10%.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So unachukua hiyo 47,000,
Mm.
24.
Mhm.
So you're
Gonna
24.
minus.
23,
okay.
840.
47,000
800.
minus the 24,000.
So
now
you utabaki na 23,
23.
840.
Okay. So on the next 8,333, that's the next tax band. That's the second tax band.
Mm.
8,333, you do 25%. So umebaki na 23. So your 23 minus your 8,333.
8,333.
Yes.
Hey, Fatma.
Kumbe kuna
It's a
kumbe ni ukora.
Buddha, tulia.
Unabaki na 15.
well, are we still working with 50,000?
Yes.
Yes. So the first tax band imekupea 2,400.
Yes.
Ndio?
Ile ya 24.
Yes. So 25% of 8,333
Ah.
ni ngapi?
25% then.
Yes.
Yeah, hiyo 8,000.
Yes. So that's the second tax band.
Yeah.
So you don't just take 30% vile watu wanafikiria
Ah.
pay ni 30% of my salary. No, there are tax bands that guide you on how to deduct. So ya kwanza ni hiyo 2,400, right?
Yes.
Mm.
Ya pili ni 25% on 8,333.
Where is this 8,000 coming from?
It's a KRA thing. That's why they call them tax bands. It's a whole
Mama we.
it's how you're supposed to deduct the pay.
So it is 20%.
It's 25%
25,
of 8,333.
which is 2,083 and 25 cents. So una add
So
moja
hiyo
hadi
ni-
hapo kwa 24.
Una add kwa 24. Salem.
So mimi na deal na hizo
Tax.
deductions.
Mm.
Okay, ngoja. Hapa kuna kumbe ni shughuli.
Shughuli kidogo.
2,400 plus
2,083 na 25 cents.
Mhm.
So sasa, the third tax band is on the next 467,667. So for the case of the 50,000, amebaki na nini?
15,000. Ngoja kidogo. Lakini 15,000 na some hundreds hapa.
Mm.
Mhm.
Hey.
tuendelee gona akipiga mahesabu.
15,527.
Sawa. So on the third tax band, you take 30% of it.
15. Hey. Where?
We're still at pay.
15%.
We are still-
Umesema ni 15.
30%.
30.
Yes.
Okay. Huh? 30. 4,577
Salem, you there?
Yeah.
Okay. So
4,500.
and 77.
Okay.
so that's the third tax band, but we have the fourth and the fifth that will apply for
Wale
people who have higher. So just mentioning, the fourth is on the next 300,000. It's 32.5%, and on anything above after that is 35%. Sawa. I know we can't all relate live in Kenya. Easy amounts ni
Yes.
kubwa kubwa.
It's very, 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 very enormous. So this person who makes, so we're working with a gross of 50,000, right?
Pay.
A gross of 50,000, right?
Mhm.
Yes. So we have deducted NSSF kwanza.
Yes.
Mhm.
Pay yake imekuja tu ngapi?
9,060.3. Is it?
Mm.
There's one blunder we did.
Mm.
Which?
We were supposed to do pay on the taxable income, not the 50,000. Unakumbuka tuli minus tukapata 47,840.
Mm.
So pay inafa kwanza hapo 87. Naanza ku minus 24,000 from the 47,800.
Okay.
Hey, we're going to take a break. We are just going to take a break. Alafu tuje tujue, because this is very important information. At times deductions are made and we do not know how. Today we learn how.
Very important.
070091791917. What questions do you have for Fatma? Let's talk. Now we are in studio with Fatma Ali. She's a grants management specialist and finance manager at Swahili Port Hub Foundation. We are talking about statutory deductions. What are they? Now, when you look at your pay slip, you see deductions. There is pay, okay? And then there's that is pay as you earn. There is NSSF, and then there's now Social Health Insurance Fund, and then the other thing, there's
levy.
housing levy,
Yeah.
okay? And there's more. Now, Fatma is here to tell us how these deductions are made on your salary. How they are made on your salary. So there's the gross. We're working with a gross of 50K. So let's start again and move pole pole so that people may understand what's going on.
Okay.
So Fatma, gross of 50,000 shillings.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's start again. Marisa, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, great. So we start by deducting the NSSF.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is 2,160. Yeah?
Mm.
So you get the taxable income.
Yes.
What you're going to deduct the pay from.
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you get 47,840, right?
Yeah.
Now we were talking about the tax bands. The first tax band is the first 24,000. For the first 24,000, you do 10% of it. So that will be 2,400.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
We are good till there. Okay. The second tax band is the next 8,333, which is charged 25%. So that would give you what, Gona?
2,083, then 25 cents.
Okay. So that's the second tax band. Okay. The third tax band is anything on the next 467,667.
Okay.
You do 30% of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means now we take from the 47,840.
Yes.
We deduct the first 24,000.
Yes.
And the 8,333.
Yes. What you remain with, you do 30% of it as the third tax band.
So what we are remaining with is 15,507.
Yes.
Then we do
30% of it.
30% of that. It is giving us 4,652.1.
Okay. So when you add all that, you get the income tax. So all the three will give you the income tax for that specific person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is now the payee.
No, we've not got to the pay.
Ah,
Yes. So that's
child.
that's the income tax.
Mhm.
Now the government was so good on us. They decided to give us reliefs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So before we get to the reliefs,
Mm.
we need to first calculate the SHIF, which is 2.75%
Percent,
of
yeah.
50,000.
Mm.
That will give you 1,375, right?
Yeah.
And then we calculate the housing levy.
Mm.
Or both of them are still on the gross, right?
Mm.
So housing levy is 1.5%
Of your gross.
of your gross. So that will be 1.5% of 50,000. That will be 750.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to reliefs now.
Mm.
Let's put the two aside and get to relief. So for the reliefs, we have three kind of reliefs. One, the insurance relief,
Mhm.
which is now 15% of your SHAF.
Mhm.
So it will be 15% of 1,375.
That is not for the person who's earning 50K.
Down there,
Mm.
which would be now 112.50.
Yeah.
Yes. And the third relief is your personal relief. That's the government said, okay, this is a relief for everyone.
Mm.
Just have it. Yeah.
What are we having?
2,400 for everyone
From who?
from the government.
So the government is giving us money.
A personal
it's
relief.
A
It's a
personal
relief.
What's a personal relief?
It's a relief from your income tax.
Yes.
So your tax
Kupunguza mzigo.
unapunguziwa
From my money.
from
Kama unafaa kulipa 10,000 alafu naambiwa now you have a relief of 2,000.
2,400
yes.
So
kwenye
yeah,
hiyo pei.
tumekuhurumia.
We as a citizen of this nation,
Na kumbe serikali iko na
Iko
nini,
vizuri, iko na roho ya utu.
inatujali.
yeah, it loves us so much.
We-
You see, I want to understand. And I'll speak on behalf of every Kenyan who's just wondering, why am I getting a relief on my money?
Huh?
Because you're supposed to pay taxes.
No,
You're
but-
getting a relief on the tax, not on your money.
Mm.
Yes.
On the tax.
The government loves you, so they're
Mm.
like, we're giving you taxes, but again, just take this relief
Okay.
to just be able, it can be a lunch for you. It can be,
Mm.
you can do something about it. 2,400 is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, now, uh-huh.
So you take the income tax that we had calculated with the bands, that's 9,135.3. You minus the reliefs now.
2,400, 112.5, 206.25.
Yes. So the amount you get will be 64.
64,
Uh-huh.
16.6.
That will be your pay now. That is what you're paying Kere as pay as you earn.
You said 64, 16?
0.6.
Mm.
That's what you're paying Kere as pay. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
bila
So-
hivyo ingekuwa nyingi.
Yes.
Mm.
So now you've got the amount of 6416.6.
Yeah.
Then now you minus it from the taxable income that you have. Ile
Mhm.
47,480.
After tumetoa
Yes.
NSSF.
Yes.
Mhm.
So una minus unapata 41,423.39. Yeah. So that will be your amount after tax. But
Mm.
mind you,
Mm.
hujatoa SHIF,
Yeah.
Hujatoa levy.
hujatoa
House
levy.
Yeah.
levy.
Ulitoa two reliefs.
Yes.
Mm.
So hapo unachukua hiyo amount after tax, you minus the housing levy, which was 750, and then the SHAF, which was 1,375, and you get your net pay,
of
which
30.
is now what you take back home.
That is 30
39,298.39.
Okay.
out of
39,298.39.
Yes, 0.39, don't forget.
So
Mortgages. The people who take mortgages.
HELB and mortgages.
Yes.
Now, I want to take you back, Fatma. I think SHIF comes out clear, and then housing levy comes out clear with the reliefs as well. Now, what I did not know was that payee, there are bands in between. What determines this band, and is it based on how much you are making? Does it increase based on your income as well?
Now the tax bands are standard. So the first 24,000, first, second, 8, 700, they're standard, each and every person. Yes. So for you as an individual, unafikia pale unafikia kwa band na unafikia hapo. So for those imaginable people that we don't know in Kenya who earn million, are the ones who feel it more down the tax band. So it's a standard rate. Those are standard rates by KRA. There were new ones that were approved on 1st of July 2023, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why did they decide to put bans?
You're asking why KRA decided to put bans?
Now government. See only government.
Yes.
So maybe unaweza kuwa tueleze kwa nini wakaamua kwanza unatoa 24,000 alafu ukuje utoe 8,000 alafu inayobakia 15,000 nayo pia ina ushuru wake. So si kuna hapa ni asilimia ngapi? 10, alafu hapa 15 na hapa 25 hapa 30 kwa azin.
Kuna mali inafika 100 maana basi.
No, it's 30, 32.5 then 35.
Yeah.
So why?
I'm not sure. I think a carrier person will be the best one.
We will get one. Now, what happens if I know because the people who have employers who don't remit their taxes?
Okay. Yeah.
What happens in such a case?
So if you don't remit payee, there are penalties. We have 5% penalty and then 1% interest for late payment. So the 1% accumulates every month. You get 1%. Then now, at the end of the year or when you want your tax compliant certificate as an organization, it becomes a challenge because KRA will be like, not compliant. We can't. And then the accumulated penalties and accumulated interest. So basically, it's 6% of the tax that you're supposed to pay.
So that is kwa kila mtu, hiyo 1% ni kwa kila mtu ambaye kwamba unafaa kumlipa ama ni lump sum?
A total 6% of the total to carry.
Mi nikurudishe hapa. Nimechukua loan kwa mfano. Loan itachukuliwa hapa kwa 47 ama ni after hizi taxes zote zimekuwa deducted kwa 39 ndio sasa loan yangu inaanza kupungua na
Kwa 39.
After serikali imechukua chao ndio
ni serikali
Because hiyo 39 ndio yako. Hii 50 si yako. Sorry.
So 50 is not yours.
Yes. 50 is now yours. What is yours is 39.
Fatuma wewe.
Aya.
Bro, it's the
But
reality.
una count kwamba 50 ni yangu.
Si yako.
Ba-
Bro, si yako. Let's settle on that. Yako ni 39.
yangu ni 39.
That's it.
So follow up ya question ya Gona.
Mhm.
Amesema story ya loan.
Mhm.
Sawa, but kuna ile kitu inaitwa sijui ni ya third yenye mtu anafaa kubaki nayo kwenye hiyo laws za labor, that hiyo pesa yenye iko hapo, I think it's a third
A third
should
of-
remain
Kama
Au-
umejicommit sana.
of the 39.
Mhm.
A third should remain.
Yes.
Hiyo inakuanga kwa employer, lazima pia aangalie hiyo kitu, ama ni we mwenyewe tu.
So,
Yeah.
in terms of loans, if it's the organization
Okay.
offering loans, they have to see. You can't get a loan of 300,000 in sorry, of 300,000 in your earning 20K. Yeah, that's where your concept is coming, right?
Mhm.
So the employer has to make sure that you remain with a third of your net, even after the loan. Yeah. So when they're approving those loans or those advances or whatever, they have to calculate and make sure at the end of the month, if you said you pay 10,000 each month, yenye umebakia nayo ni a third of your earning.
Maisha ni magumu.
Is there a way that tunaweza lipa hii NSSF nyingi ili sasa huku kwa tax dogo tufanye mahesabu?
Gona, you're too smart.
But that's actually a very good question.
Because unajua NSSF ndo ilianza kutolewa.
Yes.
Sasa kama tunaweza lipa 5,000 NSSF alafu huku tax ikapungua. Sijui kama inawezekana.
Okay, for NSSF, kuna watu wanalipa voluntary NSSF.
Yeah.
They add like 5,000, 4,000 again for your retirement plan, Mr. Salem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, just for NSSF, what does it cover?
NSSF, sini pension. It's basically pension.
Ni hayo malipo
Ya
yenye
uzee.
ulikuwa unasema.
Ya ulikwambia ujipange nayo.
So serikali imekupanga tayari.
Yes. So kuna watu wanachukua wanalipa. They voluntarily pay
Yeah.
extra
Yes.
so that they can have a fund when they're retired or wakiwa wazee. So yeah, kuna hiyo aspect ya unaweza kujiongezea voluntary.
Okay.
NSSF.
Okay. I want to go to the comments here. Good morning, Breakfast Club. Good morning, darling. Well, I think all the taxes are a form of stopping us from being rich and achieving our goals. House levy is helpful. How is the house levy helpful to a 20-year-old girl? Why would you tax me to come in the country with a phone that I bought with my own money? Why are you taking diapers and sanitary towels? People who are in power and government ndio wakuwe taxed. Since we ain't seeing any impactful development in our society, we are just surviving. They should let us be. Or if we get that highly taxed, more job opportunities should be well paid. There should be more job opportunities. People should be well paid, good education. There should be good education system. Offer a conducive environment to support those who want to be self-employed. This is
She has
a
a
young
point.
person who's agitated,
Yes.
you know, because honestly, housing levy. Another person anasema, good morning, Zuhra. How are you doing, darling? Summary, isn't this lady breaking the stereotype of a Mombasa lady? That is to you, Fatma. Hardworking in the finance sector, smart, keep going, mama, rooting for you. Yes.
Thank you.
Shout
Thank
out,
you.
shout out to you. Alafu DJ Kams anasema shida hizo deductions inafanya mshahara inaingia kama view once.
Huyo haifiki.
Oh
Mshahara
my.
wake hauoni giza.
Oh, that is so true. But now I wanna all these things, Fatma, we get to find. You've said your net pay ndo yako.
Yes.
You know, people feel like when you're told this is your gross, that is my money. Now you've broken it down to the net pay. The net pay is what you get after all the deductions have been made. Let us switch to common mistakes that people make with money. You are a finance expert and you see it a lot. And you know, you're an accountant and nobody knows how to manage money better than.
Okay. Can I start with a very very, very big thing that people don't want to hear. Finance people are the worst person of.
Oh.
Can you repeat that?
If there's any finance person out there, I think they can relate. We are best at managing Salem's money, but ikifika kwetu, I think tuwe tumechoka.
Ama ni venye unaiona.
No.
Mnasahau
We've-
kifika kwenu.
Yani, unaget ile where you're a chef, you cook at a hotel.
Yeah.
Ukifika kwa nyumba utaweza tena energy ya kupika.
tired.
You're done.
So you're very messy with your money.
Not me, most finance people.
You've said finance people.
Miriam, stop shouting.
Ni wewe.
Yeah.
Wewe.
You are the one.
We'll talk about that
This
later.
is a confession.
Yeah, so I think one of the biggest mistakes people do is, especially, let me speak about young people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because we are talking to the young people.
We are talking to the young people. Easy trends and fast money, betting, history. Hizi vitu wase wanafanyanga here and there.
Gambling.
Ndege. Kuna kitu inaitwa ndege, jua naitaga.
Aviator.
Hizo vitu. Those things, you'll feel they're not implying, like they don't have an implication on your finances. But at one point, just have a sit down and calculate how much money you've spent to bet the whole month, and you'll be shocked. Sijui stories kuna hii kitu watu wanafanyanga stocks sijui. Inaitwaje?
Yeah, that's trading. Yeah.
These things are at one point real, but when young people are not aware of how to do it, they tend to lose a lot of money in that also.
I think the how is what's important. I think if you know how to trade, then you gain.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these fast trends and people wanting fast money makes you lose a lot of money to one point. Yeah. Yes.
Fast money.
Yes.
Pesa ya haraka. Inakufanya unapoteza nyingi.
Yes.
Bila kupata hiyo ya haraka.
Yes. Alafu another thing is budgeting. If you don't budget, that's it. That's where the mess starts.
Mimi hapo nilishindwa kabisa, niliachana nayo.
And I think hapo ndo penye watu wanaumia when it comes to budgeting.
You need to budget.
What's the best way to budget?
There's this famous way of 50-30-20. Of 50 your needs, 30 your wants, then 20 your savings. That works for a lot of people. But again, it can be different for a couple of people. There's again the 60-20-10, I think.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them, but the best one that people are advised to use is the 50-30-20 that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. So most people, what most people do, I have a couple of friends who do that. They do standing orders. Yeah. Each month you write to your bank, like at the beginning of the year. Each month, please deduct 20,000 from my earnings directly. Nisizione hata.
Yeah.
So hapo go na hata hiyo 39 itapungua. You get. So wewe as a person unajipanga na 19,000. Let's say unasema 20,000 iende to my saving directly.
Yeah.
And that money is locked. So that's one good way of saving for people who are not, let me not say responsible, but people who don't have discipline with money. Unajua pesa si ya kila mtu.
It's not. Money speaks to you when you have it.
Yes.
Money speaks to you, by the way.
Yes.
When you have it, you'll find yourself in places.
Pesa si ya kila mtu. That's what I usually, not in a bad way, but for you to be able to manage that money and get to the end, vizuri, you have to be very disciplined. You have to, hizo vitu zote, have self-control, nini. Yeah. So budgeting is a big, alafu the biggest challenge that we have with young people is living beyond our means. Living for the gram.
Yep.
Bro, that does not work. It does not work.
Yeah.
The people we see on Instagram or TikTok are flaunting, Verisidika flaunting, going to Dubai every week on business class, living in a mansion of 300,000 per day or per night. Worked her Yes,
Mhm.
for a couple of years. Like Robert and say I may work for 20 years to get to where they are. Yeah? And probably pale anaona bado hajafika. You get. So live by your means, save up, then you'll get to that lifestyle later.
Thank you so much, Fatma. I believe we have learned.
A lot.
All right.
Yeah.
That is Fatma Ali. She's a grant manager, management specialist, and she's also a finance manager at Swahili Pot Hub Foundation. Kuna mtu maybe anasema Fatma, tukupate wapi social media ndio ni kudm.
I am not good at social media.
So nobody can reach out to you for financial advice?
Maybe my phone number?
No.
Okay. That's the only thing. I don't do TikTok. I don't do probably I have Instagram.
You do have Instagram. Yes.
I'm not a young person. I'm old. Instagram at Fatma A Omar 05.
Fatma A Omar 05. Consult, by the way. She will actually help you. Good morning.